I'm gonna tell you something that I haven't really talked about publicly. Not because it's some dramatic story or whatever, but because it's fucking embarrassing, to be honest. I made over €1 million online, and a couple months later, I was washing dishes in the basement of the Okura Hotel in Amsterdam. One of the most high-end hotels in the city, a place I used to walk into as a guest, trying to look successful or whatever. And now I was downstairs scrubbing plates for minimum wage. And that while people upstairs were eating €400 dinners. But here's how it really started. I didn't come from anything special. No money, no rich parents waiting to bail me out. Just a bike, a shitty pizza delivery job, and the feeling that if I didn't change my life, nobody else would. So I googled how to make money online, the classic way. I tried a bunch of shit and somehow e-com just clicked. I made money for the first time in my life without trading my time. And I thought I was him. I thought I figured it out. I thought I would never lose again. Delusion at its finest. But here's the slow collapse. When things fall apart, it's never dramatic. It's slow, silent, and I can tell you it's very uncomfortable. One problem, then another one, refunds, ad account issues, cash flow, poor decisions, panic working, hoping something is gonna fix itself. But here's the spoiler, nothing ever fixes itself. But I just kept on pretending. And the more I pretended, the worse things got. And it all ended up at washing dishes in the Okura Hotel. Eventually the whole thing just stopped. The money stopped, the momentum stopped, and I stopped. So I took a job washing dishes because I needed the money and I needed to think. But here's the part that fucked me the most. I had been to Okura Hotel before as a guest, and now I was in the basement. There was steam everywhere, constant metal noises, the floor was always wet, nobody saying hello, nobody knowing who I was, nobody caring either. And I remember thinking, this is what happens when you keep lying to yourself. It wasn't about humiliation, it was just this quiet, heavy awareness that I wasn't the person I thought I was. I was stuck in the almost prison. People think failure hurts. I can tell you, it doesn't. What hurts is being almost there, almost scaling, almost winning, almost breaking through. Almost is the torture. I used to wake up anxious every single morning. I refreshed ads like it was a religion. I told myself I'm close, even when I knew I wasn't. I posted grind stories, I lied to friends, I avoided talking about business, I avoided opening my bank app. I didn't want anyone to know that the guy who made it was drowning. Entrepreneurs don't talk about this shit, but it's real. You never see people talking about the private losses in life. Everyone online shows the wins, but nobody shows the losses. My real losses were refreshing Shopify 30 times a day, bro. 30 times a day. And feeling like nothing but shame. I was building store number 100 plus and pretending it was a strategy. Watching people with less experience win and feeling just sick about it. Checking my bank account and closing the app instantly. Telling my mom things were fine, but they weren't, bro. I was washing dishes at Okura, telling myself, bro, you fucked this up. These are the things you don't post on Instagram. And the truth just was that my system was garbage. Here's the part most people never admit. I didn't fail because of luck or timing or the market. I failed because my system was just straight trash, bro. There was no structure, no clarity, no testing rhythm, no offer logic, no creative pipeline, no landing page evolution, no brand direction, nothing. Just nothing more than guessing and hoping and repeating that same behavior, expecting different results. And that's how you end up in a basement washing dishes after making $1 million at only 19 years old. And that was not because I was stupid, but because my system was. But here was the actual turning point. Every entrepreneur loses. It's always the I had that breakthrough story. But mine wasn't like that. There was no motivational moment. There was no dramatic night. There wasn't no journal session or whatever. I just got tired of my own bullshit. Tired of the same loop. Tired of seeing the same patterns. Tired of pretending that I had a plan. And tired of fucking lying to myself. So I changed quietly, slowly, and deliberately. I rebuilt myself as an entrepreneur. Then I rebuilt the whole entire system. And that's when everything actually started working. Not because I was suddenly smarter, but because I finally stopped acting like a fucking clown. Becoming someone I trust again. The biggest win in entrepreneurship isn't money. It's becoming someone you can trust. Someone who doesn't panic. Someone who doesn't guess. Someone who has a real system and someone who doesn't fall apart every time things get uncomfortable. I wasn't that guy before I am now. And that's the real difference. Recording this today, I'm filming this in a Rolls Royce. And I'm saying this very clearly. It means absolutely nothing. This car is rented. I don't care about it. It's just quiet and the lighting is decent. The setting doesn't matter. The story does. And here's the truth that you probably don't want to hear. You're not stuck because you're dumb. You're stuck because you're running the same broken system with the same broken habits, expecting different outcome. And that's it. So there's two very simple paths for you. You stay in the loop and you keep almost winning, almost fixing it, and you'll keep almost becoming the person you know you could be. Or you fix yourself as an entrepreneur. You fix your system. You fix the structure and stop living the same year over and over and over again. I don't care which one you choose. I'm not here to inspire anyone. I'm just telling you what happens when you don't fix the real problem. And I've lived both futures. One feels like drowning and the other one feels like breathing. Choose the one you can live with.